everybody. I got another crazy hard hat hair talk today. I wanted to talk about the proper way to borrow someone's tools. And I bring this up because this happens in a lot of different ways. And there's a lot to talk about for sure. So I want to bring up a couple of points. I don't want to get too deep into it. But something that I have always done when I have to borrow something is ask the person, like, if I can borrow it, for one. And that might seem like a crazy thing to be asking, but you would not, the amount of times that someone has just taken something out of my toolbox and then after the fact was like, oh yeah, I borrowed this, is so frustrating. It's like, were you gonna tell me? Like I'm not your fucking brother. I'm not your fucking, like, I'm not your friend. I'm not your buddy. Like, we just work together. And, like, don't take my stuff, okay? So, like, if you can establish a way of doing things in, like, a considerate way, you know, someone's gonna be more of the inkling to actually help you out. I remember when I first started out, I would, like, use a company tool or something, or a bit, or something of just anything. It always seemed like as soon as I touched it, the thing would just fall apart. And it was like, what in the world is happening? So there's definitely a precedence that when someone borrows your stuff, it tends to break. For instance, if you use someone's hole saw, run it on low. Please don't burn out someone's hole saw. Like, if you're running something at 2 speed and you have the finger pressed on the trigger all the way, you're going to cause a lot of heat, and heat is going to eat up those teeth on a hole saw. If you borrow a unibit, run it on low. Again, like, do not destroy someone's unibit over one box. It's an $80 tool, and you know, they come in handy. Do not overuse them. Try to use them very sparingly. Yeah, but if you're borrowing a hole saw, make sure that you run it on low. Take time. Use cutting oil if possible. You know, just treat it very gingerly. Treat it like it was your stuff. If you're gonna borrow someone's, like, extensions or something because something's hard to reach, just give it back immediately afterwards. Like it doesn't matter if, like, just plan for the fact that you might use it for only like 10 seconds, and then after that, give it right back. Like, don't wait till the very end of the day, and then you're not sure where the person is because the end of the day has elapsed. So if you don't have someone's phone number where you're borrowing tools from, make sure to get it at the time that you borrow the tool so you can link up later and make sure that that tool gets back to them, because there's nothing more annoying than someone being like, hey man, I just need this for this little small time, and then you guys get pulled off in different directions, and then you don't see each other for the weekend or something, and then you're like, hey, do you have that? And they're like all weird about it. So, like, we're like, oh man, I don't know, I put it in my back pocket, and I don't know if it's at home, or it's like, just get the phone number from the person. Make sure that if you borrow it, you bring it right back. And yeah. So another thing is, if you find yourself borrowing tools, like, frequently, it might be time for you to get that tool. And I know that, like, borrowing tools. Like I said, if make contact with the person, have a way to follow up, bring it right back if possible. Understand that it's not like a company tool. If it's a journeyman's tool, if you're working non-union, it's their tools. And just because they make a little bit more than you does not mean that, if you pop their lineman pliers on a hot circuit or something, that's just cool. Like, insulated pliers are very expensive, and to randomly have to pay $60 for something is not fun. It's not a fun expense to have to go through. So if you're using someone else's tools, be very considerate. Make a plan for getting it back to them, and just be a good person when you borrow something. Make sure to bring it back. All right. If you've had some crazy situations about borrowing, let me know, because the amount of times that I've picked up a tool and it's broken is insane. Or the reverse. If someone uses my stuff, it instantly breaks. It's like, how did you do this in a way? Like, it's honestly crazy. So, if you guys have any other sort of talks that you'd want me to do, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.